But whatever you do, make sure that get someone else to listen to it and see whether they get the message, whether they see the picture that you're trying to send to them. Okay? This exercise may seem very boring to start with, but it's getting into a discipline, a rhythmic discipline, and then a discipline of putting words, syllables, onto the musical system. Now, of course, when you start putting the words on, now that you understand how you get rhythmic events and subdivide them, then what you can, and you know that you're going to put syllables onto those rhythmic events, you can go a little bit more, a bit wilder with your with your song. For instance, we've said that the pattern, or that the rhythm, is going to be, I'm sitting in my studio and feeling very fine. Well, eventually you may really want to stretch that out and say something like, well, I'm sitting in my studio and feeling very fine. Okay, so you stretched the music out. You've put your word onto a rhythmic event, and you're letting a lot of other rhythmic events go past until you do the very fine. Well, now you know you can do that. You know, it's just yeah, it's like having endless money in the bank. You've got your musical system, and you can use as many rhythmic events as you want, and you can use your imagination. So I'm sitting in my studio feeling very fine. I'm staring through the window at neighbour's washing line, or whatever. And you're going to see that when it comes to putting the music on the musical system, there are tools that you can use. They'll help you when you want to go a little bit wild and use your imagination to get things down, recorded, and then you can come back and get your invention onto the musical system. I'm hoping that by now you're getting the hang of how to represent rhythmic events using notes on the musical system, and that you have got hold of, you've bought some manuscript paper, and you're playing the game, having a go at putting rhythmic events onto the musical system, putting beats onto the musical system, breaking them down, subdividing them, and then putting your syllables onto them just by copying what I'm doing on the screen, and then using your imagination to represent the rhythmic feel that you want to put the words to. Okay? This is something, have fun doing it to start with. Of course there are rules and regulations that are bound to handcuff you into doing things in a certain way, but for the moment just enjoy inventing your own music. But yes, you've got to learn the basic rules, but don't worry if you feel that you're going wrong. We will step by step be going through gradually from rhythm through to adding music, adding pitch, and then adding harmony. We probably won't do it all in this first song. The idea of the first song is just to get you into a rhythmic discipline, getting you to the stage where you've learned how to break your words down into syllables, how to put the syllables onto the musical system. Don't worry about pitch. You can see that I've put the words underneath notes that are on the line corresponding to the note A. That was just so that they're on the musical system, very visible in the middle of it. Notes will come later. Notes with pitch will come later. But you have now put your foot on the first rung of the ladder up to being able to write your own song. Okay, so just to summarize, this lesson is about putting your words onto the musical system rhythmically. We're not writing the music yet. Here is my poem, my song, eventually. For the moment it's just a poem, and that's being spoken quite monotonously, but with rhythm. Okay, so here is my completed song to be, so that you can use this as an example when you put your own words onto the musical system. Okay? In this version, I'm using a rhythmic framework of 4 beats to the bar. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here the beats have been subdivided, so I have 8 eighth notes instead of quarter notes. Okay? You'll see all that in the previous lessons. So I've split my words down into syllables, and I've used the strong stresses at the beginning of each bar and the weaker stress on the third beat of each bar to place the words in my poem, my song to be, on to the stronger stresses. So the words that are stressed more strongly are on stronger stresses. You'll hear that as I read through the poem. I'm sitting here and I'm feeling fine, looking through the window at a washing line. The wind is strong and the clothes are going wild. A cat is being chased by a very naughty child. Suddenly a crash as the washing line gives out. The air is full of underwear that's flying all about. Knickers and negligees and underpants and more. Some getting stuck on the cactus plants galore. I hear the kids laughing and open up to see. I see a pair of knickers running up the tree. The kids are cruelly shrieking delightedly with glee. The cat is going crazy as it struggles to get free. Then out into the garden, puffing and panting, brandishing a basket, raving and ranting, flustering and bustering, comes my neighbour's aunt. Tries to climb the tree to reach the cat, but clearly can't. I go and get my ladder and climb up to the cat, extracting it from underwear it's wearing like a hat. I hand them down to Auntie, who thanks me with a blush, then goes and gets the others that are hanging on a bush. Auntie's gone back home to wash her underwear again. The cat has disappeared with the children down the lane. The wind is blowing hard, bending branches in the tree. For me it's time to go and have another cup of tea. So there you go. The next part of the lesson is the singing practice. We'll be taking another look at Autumn Leaves.